ready. Video's going. Audio's going. The whole thing starts in 3, 2, 1.
So I was at the hospital getting my appendix stolen by the American doctor service program. They took my appendix and I asked if I could have it back, but they said no. Bastards.
Now there's a good boy.
The Morning Stream. You are listening to Adele Dazeem.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to TMS. It's the morning stream for October 2nd, 2022. I'm Scott Johnson. That's Brian Ibbett.
Hi, Scott Johnson.
How are you, Brian Ibbotson?
This show produced by AI.
That's right. That's what it will sound like when we get converted to AI. I'm pretty excited about it.
I listened to my first AI podcast. There's a company that does SEO services or SEO news, and they plugged in their SEO news into, is it Google or Microsoft's new podcast generator, AI podcast generator?
I think it's Google's doing it, I think. Yeah.
And it's surprisingly good, but unsurprisingly heartless.
Yeah, it has no soul. It feels like you're listening to people who sound real but aren't real. Like I've done the same thing, but it was just a news story about this tech or about this service. Yeah. And I heard like a sampling of, basically it was like some scientific topic. And they said, all right, we're gonna have a show around that. And this lady was just sitting there going, yeah, oh really? Oh, interesting. Like the whole time.
That's the thing. Yeah, they have the person in there. Oh yeah, I'm doing it. Who just goes, yeah.
For all you know, we are AI. You guys don't know.
You don't know because it sounds exactly like us.
Yeah. I mean, the better it sounds, the worse it is for me because it doesn't make me accept it more. It makes it more discordant. If I know that it's not real. Now, if you want to fool me, like maybe we get to a point one day where I hear a show and somehow the entire time it fools me. Mm-hmm. That's dystopic. I don't like that. Because
I know that bothers me too. It's not, and it's not just a worry of like, oh my God, they're coming to take our jobs. Because let's face it, AI is never going to be as funny as us.
No,
I mean, it's just not possible.
Not even close.
Yeah.
You know.
Plus, if we start getting everything right, then you know something's wrong.
Yeah. You guys listen.
If I start pronouncing bulk correctly, then you know there's going to be a problem.
Yeah, I'm going to keep saying "waint" just so you guys think it's still us.
It's your spinning Inception top is waint.
That's right.
That's how we know we're not living in the AI world.
I do recommend people listen to it, and I'm curious what other people's reaction is because I don't.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of exciting to me because I hear it and I just go, yeah. The better you get at this, the least I want to listen to it. Because I know that this isn't real, and if you can't convince me. So what you're asking me to do is what? Park my brain and pretend these are real people? Mm-hmm. I can't do that.
It's a podcast without any soul or any heart or any humanity. But anyway, enough about the Joe Rogan Show.
Back to AI. Back to Pokemon Go.
Back to Pokemon Go.
All right. I got a thing I just thought I'd share real fast. It's really weird. Today we grabbed the mail this morning. It was from yesterday's mail. But for some reason, I got a return thing that we'd sent out. And I noticed on the corner, it's like a Happy Holidays thing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we really get something all the way from Christmas and that's just now saying it can't be delivered?
Yeah.
No, 2019. This went out.
Oh my gosh.
5-year-old letter.
5 years ago it went out?
Yep, it went to, because I do this thing, so even though Kurt Schilling and I had a massive falling out when he decided to go a little nutty, I still send him and his family Christmas cards every year, and they usually send theirs to us as well. This was to them. I sent it out there in 2019. Comes back, says not deliverable as addressed, unable to forward. For 5 years?
For 5 years. Does the return to sender look like it was written with bloody sock?
Big old smudgy strokes. Let's see.
Yeah.
What else does it say? It says, okay, just says the year. Yeah, there's no other indicator what happened. It's just like, how does this happen? It's crazy.
Have you sent some since? Like,
yeah, we send them every year.
I guess next year you might get the 2021 and the 2021, in 2026.
Yeah, I'll get the entirety of the pandemic plus Every year I'll get a nice little reminder. So I don't know. It's just a weird thing we noticed today. I don't know what the hell's going on there, but whatever. I don't understand the mail system. Maybe Cliff Clavin's old mailman can tell us what that's about. Because I know the goal is you guys never want to lose a single piece of mail. I know that's a thing. So here's an example of a thing that just got looped through the system, probably got attempted to forward multiple times. I don't know where Kurt's living now. So that's probably all this is, but it's almost impressive it came back. You know?
Yeah, no kidding. For sure.
I don't remember what card it is. I'm going to open it. Let's see.
Okay.
All right.
Just the fact that where was it for 5 years?
Right, exactly.
Where
the hell was it?
Just stacked in a thing like somebody's to-do list or their inbox.
Oh yeah, wow. This was the year that Van was like literally a few months old is all. So this is
cute.
2019, man. Weird. All right, well, you're going over here. Point. Hey, Brian, we got a couple other things here real quick. We got a PSA that we want to share with everybody. It's very exciting stuff. In fact, I may even have a little clip for this. Let's see. Let's play this. This is jaunty. Let's see. Where is it? Do I not have it handy? Well, you know what? We'll do like a jaunty 50s kind of vibe.
Okay.
All right, walking down the neighborhood with watching the milkman wave at you and all that.
Kind of, exactly. Oh, the milkman, God. Now I can't even think of a milkman without thinking of the milkman in From.
Oh, right. Exactly, right? Oh, my God. That show, dude. Freaking, gosh dang it, that show. All right, anyway, I'm on the final episode. I think I'll watch it tonight. Or the final episode of season 1. I'm still behind.
Season 1? Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to do something. A lot of you out there, we've heard before. We heard you. Hey, gamers, we heard you. You said that you liked TMS-PM back when we used to do it. And we said, yeah, that's cool, but we're doing new things. And then we did some things. Well, guess what? We're bringing back something that's a lot like TMS-PM. That's right. Starting October 18th at 9 a.m., the return of TMS on Fridays. Yeah, that's right. This time, though, it's just for patrons. Just for patrons. Right. So you do not get this if you're just a schmo. All right? Not that you're a schmo, just someone who hasn't signed up yet, right?
Yeah. Yet is the key term. You're signing up. Once you hear this, you're signing up.
Yeah, and once you sign up, you will get access to any previous episodes you've missed. But we're doing a patron-only thing. We are going to stream it. Back in the day, we didn't have a great streaming solution for this. So we do now. We're going to stream it on Discord at 9 a.m. It'll go to about an hour, 9 to 10 on Fridays. And a full hour of content, including contests, competitions, special guests, and segments. Monica's going to come on once a month, talk about horror movies. We're going to...
I've got lots of trivia queued up to give Scott, kind of like that audio game that we've done a couple of them in recent weeks. We're like, this is a perfect place for that, to do that regularly.
Yep, and lots of prizes and fun stuff like that. So another reason to show up for another episode of the show. And again, Patreon only, folks.
Yeah.
Now you might say to yourself, what about Couch Party? This replaces it. Friday's always been a little fluid. We get to slot something in and take something out. That's what's happening. Except this time you're getting way more content. So be ready.
If you missed TMS-PM, and boy, judging by the response in chat, so many people miss TMS-PM. This is just like TMS-PM, except it's in the morning, as the joke goes.
And not at night. Exactly.
Not at night.
Yep. And you might say, well, wait, why are you starting on October 18th, not this week? Brian's gone the next two Fridays.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Next 2 Fridays, we wouldn't be able to do a couch party anyway. So it's a good time for us to kind of take some, basically use it as development time and figure things out. So
yeah,
when I'm in the Southeast for the meetup, when I'm in Houston for the pinball meetup there, the video game meetup, and I think we should do some sort of meetup at the video game festival, because I know JK Grammer and Sarah are going to be there. Someone else reached out to me on Discord and said, hey, are you doing a meetup at the Houston thing? And I want to. So even if it's just finding a bar at the hotel where the video game festival is happening.
Sure.
Half an hour, come grab a drink. Let's get together. Let me say howdy and
yeah, I love that.
Send you back out to play some more elevator action.
That's right. That's what you should be doing with your life after you're done at a bar. Right. So look forward to it. Again, it's the 18th. It's when we start, 9 a.m. So same time as usual TMS, but it will be in our TMS private Discord for patrons only. And so it's basically the same room that we do Couch Party in, but we'll have... Yeah, it's the same permissions. And it's in, oh, by the way, it's any level. So it doesn't matter what level you are on Patreon, you're in. You don't have to do a high level. It could be the entry level. It doesn't matter. And if you haven't signed up yet, go to patreon.com/TMS today.
That's right. And if you can't make it to the live show, don't worry, because it'll obviously be in the Patreon as a downloadable.
Oh, shit. Hold on. Sorry.
That's all right. Did my answer to a whatnot go out about the
I missed the very last part because I accidentally dialed everybody in another group, and I was trying to add Randy, so ignore me in recommendals. That was not
totally fine. So it is not live only. You will be able to, if you're a patron, but you can't go to the live show, you'll get, or watch the live show, you'll get it in your Patreon feed.
Yeah, so I thought I said that. Did I not say that? I thought I did.
You probably did, and a whatnot just missed it, so he was asking. So I'm just shit out of lucking and covering our bases at the end too.
No worries. You get an on-air light there, a whatnot. Hey, real quick, that's the other thing I should have mentioned. I don't know I think I did make this distinction. It'll be both video on the Patreon as a full video and full regular audio podcast for those who just prefer to get the audio. So all of it will be there.
There you go. Cool.
All right. Now I'll do this properly and not screw up and call the wrong group. Let's see. Bringing in Randy's pinch hitting today.
Yes.
A little bit of pinch hit, if you will.
Little Randy's pinching it off.
Yeah.
What?
Brian's got some stuff he's got going on today, so we want to give him a little bit of breathing room there, and let's play this little intro.
And there's the potential that this thing is going to take a while. This feud. Just I'm glad we've got basically like half an hour of feud time.
Oh good.
Yeah.
Join us in welcoming Randy Jordan to the phone. Hi, Randy.
Good morning stream.
Good morning.
I'm just back from a premium swimming with sharks experience. Cost me an arm.
An arm.
I know, it cut off. The sharks ate part of your audio.
Yeah,
excellent.
Yeah, excellent. Arm and a leg it cost you, I'm assuming, is what you were going to say. Well, nobody wants to pay that price. That's a high price to pay. An arm and a leg.
Hello. Exactly. How are you guys doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good. Yeah.
Doing all right? You having
doing great. Our false autumn is over and we're into October summer. Really,
false autumn, I like that.
Really warm.
Yeah. You guys unseasonably warm this time of year, right? You're in like the 80s.
We always
or something?
have the false autumn and you get all excited.
Yeah.
And you start like looking at cardigans like, you and me, baby. And then nope.
I like
Yoink back to the short sleeve section of the closet. We're potentially going to have a 90-degree day today, which will be the first time we've had a 90-degree day in October in 100-something years in Denver.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's a crazy record. A lot of records being beaten right now with
someone told me it's because of a bunch of immigrants. I don't know if that's are you?
I think they're wrong.
They're cooking the dogs and it's causing a lot of smoke and fire and a lot of heat.
Yeah, I mean that's what they want you to think. Well, anyway, we're going to play this game. We're going to add somebody else to the call. Oh yeah, I got to do that part, don't I? Let's add let's get who's fourth today? Dr. Calhoun.
Good.
Yeah, the good doctor is in.
Dr. Calhoun.
Yeah, we enjoy his business here, so we're going to get him coming in here. Let's see. Ringing. There we go.
Love today's prizes.
Nice.
Oh, boy.
Dr. Calhoun, are you there?
Yes. Hello.
Hello. We hope we're not interrupting any busy doctor schedule that you might have going on.
I am in office hours.
Oh, ooh.
Oh, that's all right.
Well,
so
I just have to sit here and be bored because no one ever comes.
I
was going to say that just means that you'll be 20 minutes late to each one of your appointments, which nobody will notice the difference.
Nah, that'll be fine.
No, I'm not that kind of doctor. Remember? PhD.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
right. He's the studious, serious kind. He's the academic stuff.
I have
kind
office
of
hours for my students that never come.
Gotcha.
Oh, right. That's right. Okay.
At my kids' high school, they have office hours, and you have to schedule yourself in advance for the office hours.
Yeah.
And the kids it's required, and because it's required, they have like these overflowing classrooms of kids during office hours, and it just doesn't seem like it's going to accomplish anything.
Well, if we had a zombie situation, here's what would happen though. Dr. Calhoun people would say there'd be a whole scene where you'd go, they'd go, someone needs to help this man's leg. And you'd say, they'd look at you, aren't you a doctor? And you'd go, I'm not that kind of doctor. And they'll say, well, you're all we've got. And then that's how the whole thing would go. That's what you would do.
Jim, I'm an academic, not a doctor.
That's right.
I have been on a plane when they asked for a doctor before, but I did not.
You didn't raise your hand?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that.
I mean, I guess, it really should be, the question should be, is there anybody on the flight who's had professional medical training?
You're right. That's the way to do it.
Physicians, they're not doctors. They're
Yes.
fake doctors.
That's right.
Yeah.
Not these smart guys. Well, anyway, you are a smart guy. Hopefully that means you're going to continue.
Would you settle for a nurse?
You're going to win today. Brian, why don't you explain these rules to Dr. Calhoun and Randy so we know what we're doing?
Okay, it's time to play the Tadpool Leaf Feud. I've surveyed the Tadpool on some nerdy topics, and Scott and Randy are going to have to predict the answers that they gave us. It is their job, be it their mission, their onus, onus, don't use that word enough, to see how many of those answers they can guess. Dr. Calhoun, your job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with either Scott or Randy, and if your team wins, you get a prize package that includes, courtesy of Nighttime Visions, Guardians of the Galaxy on Steam. Kick-ass game.
Very good game, yeah.
Oh, I think I played that, so you could give it to someone else.
Okay.
All right.
And Stranded Alien Dawn, and I'll replace Guardians with something else. How about Stranded Alien Dawn? You played that
I don't
one?
think I played that.
I haven't
Okay,
either.
good.
Yeah,
Right.
never heard of that one.
I love it when the guest goes shopping.
Yeah,
I
I
just
know,
love
right?
it.
Yeah.
I like it too. Nothing wrong with that.
I'll pick the next one on the list for you, and it'll be a surprise. So, actually, looks like it'll be Infraspace. I'll just tell you right now, it'll be Infraspace.
Infraspace. Infraspace. I don't know what that is either.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
I don't think either.
These are two games I've never heard of, which is rare. So let's do this. It's great.
All right, Scott and Randy, put your hands on your buzzers, and I'm just going to tell you right now.
Okay.
When this question, somebody suggested this question, and I put it in, I was thinking of a very specific type of answer. The Tadpool certainly went crazy with their submissions.
They always do.
And you, well, more so than ever, and you guys will be the beneficiaries of this. So think wide and open-mindedly on this.
All right. Fair enough.
Okay, put your hands on your buzzers. We asked 524 Tadpoolers to name a house you would never want to find yourself in. Scott.
A house on Haunted Hill.
All right, show me the house on Haunted Hill.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, number 5. I know you weren't expecting that. I could tell.
Yeah. I was trying to be quick and not, think too long, and
Yeah.
I was worried. But that's not
very
bad.
good.
Yeah. All right,
No,
Randy.
not bad at all. 4 answers will beat it, Randy. Do you have a name? Can you name a house that you'd never want to find yourself in?
I guess Disney's Haunted Mansion.
Oh, okay. That's a good choice. Show me Disney's Haunted Mansion.
Oh.
Right,
that
because
is-
people want to be in that.
Yeah.
all right.
If you're anybody, that said, that still was number 28 on the list. So people do.
Oh my gosh.
A couple people don't want to be there with the 99 ghosts and goblins and stuff that are anyway.
Sure.
All right.
All right. So Scott and Dr. Calhoun, you're going to be working together, and you have control of the board. 9 answers left on the board. You got 5 points. What you got?
All right. Anything jumping? I mean, I can think of a highly politicized answer, but what do you think?
Yeah, I think I said Amityville.
Yeah, that's a good
Right,
one
sure
with
did.
the flies and the oil
There's a
toilet
house.
and all that. Yeah, let's do Amityville. I like it.
Okay. All right. Show me the Amityville horror house. Number 2 answer on the board.
Good
Very
one.
good.
Good one. Good one. So I'm guessing there's a lot of horror movies in here.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You'd think that would be where people would go, and that's certainly where I thought people would go, and not all of it.
I'm gonna guess Mar-a-Lago's on here, so let's get it out of the way.
All right, show me Mar-a-Lago.
Number one.
Yeah, I lumped them all into one. Trump Tower / Trump's White House / Mar-a-Lago.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. I'm glad you put it all in one. Now we kind of
Yeah, I didn't want to have it spread all over the board. Let's just rip that orange Band-Aid off right away. 8 points for you guys.
He calls it a skin tone Band-Aid because he's orange. It's orange like him.
Yes, exactly.
Dr. Calhoun, do you have a preference amongst the remaining 7?
my smart ass answer might be an outhouse.
Oh, that's pretty good. I don't want to be in there. Get me the F out of there. Yeah, I don't like using even like a really brand new like Porta-John. Freaking, it's last resort for me. I don't want to go in there.
Yeah.
Ever.
All right.
Let's do it.
Show me Outhouse. Number 42. Number 42 on the list, but not.
Would you have lumped that in with Chicken House, Hen House?
No,
Okay.
no, because those are all different things.
Spoiler! Don't.
That is why I said it like that, right? Because it's like that's when you hear outhouse. I want you to search every outhouse, crowded house,
Crowded House. I wouldn't mind going to a Crowded House concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, Randy. Now is your time to shine. 7 answers still on the board. What you got?
I think I need to guess Craig T. Nelson's house from Poltergeist. I think that is a house you definitely do not want to be in.
Yeah, you certainly didn't want to be in it when it all shriveled up into a little boing and then disappeared into a little wormhole. All right, show me the Poltergeist house. Yeah, number 9 on the board, and now we got ourselves a game.
Okay.
Well, so that was way down there. Okay, gee.
Yeah.
I
put you up by 1, by the way, by getting it.
But remember, that's good. You want the low answers.
Yep.
Yeah, but that felt like it. Like I was gonna guess like 4 more similar things. So now I don't know. Yeah. Let's go with your big vague hinting, and let's find out if the jailhouse made the list here. I mean, nobody wants to go
to the jailhouse, the big
right.
house. Yeah,
sure. All right, show me. You're in the jailhouse now. The big house. Number 3 on the board. The big house.
The big house.
It's backwards. This is backwards.
It is a little. I can't believe that's second or third. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Third, yeah.
It's
funny because when you ask the tadpole this, and I'm writing this thinking, oh yeah, they're gonna say the Amityville house, they're gonna say the house on Haunted Hill, Poltergeist, blah blah blah. But you get the tadpole who sees this question fresh without any of those preconceived notions and says, house. What house do I not want to be in? Oh, the big house. Jail. Sure. Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and take a strike here because I have to go fishing and find out just how bad Poltergeist was. So I'm going to say you don't want to be in a house on Elm Street.
All right. Show me a house on Elm Street.
What?
That is our number 11 answer. No points for you.
But it means you get to go again.
It doesn't mean you get to go again. 1428 Elm Street. Quite a few people were like, I
knew the number. Okay.
Address. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Okay. All right. Geez.
Because you see it right before Nancy's mom gets sucked in through the little window in the center of the front door.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Boy. Since Scott already said it, and you should always say it when your opponent gives you a tip, right? You should always guess that so they don't get it.
Yeah.
I have to guess you don't want to be in a hen house.
Okay. All right. Show me hen house. Keep saying it like hen house was number I think it was tied for 45th. Yes.
45th. Okay.
Yeah,
thanks.
which means basically anything 45 and higher, one person said.
All right.
One of us here has a PhD, and I'm counting on him having to have the next good answer.
If we want to go non-movie, Doghouse is also another one, but I don't know if you want to stick with non-movies or.
Well, Doghouse works pretty well, given it's got such a negative connotation. When you're in the doghouse, you're in big trouble with your wife or whatever. I feel like that's a good one. I like it. Let's do it. Doghouse. We don't want to be in the doghouse unless it's a computer.
Sure. Unless it's Doghouse Systems.
Yeah.
Show me Doghouse.
Oh, poop.
Yeah. Number 12. It really was close to being the next one.
Near miss.
The next one in there.
All right.
Did I skip?
No. You're good. You're good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no problem. All right, Randy. Take the baton.
I'm going to continue to fish here. I don't think you want to find yourself in a cabin in the woods.
Oh, very good. Yeah, because you never know what which artifact you're going to start looking at that's going to trigger that sequence of events.
Yeah, they always got holes in the wall so you can see from room to room secretly.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Has anyone watched that TV show yet? The series now?
Is it good?
I'm curious. I'm really curious about it.
Let me see if it's how it's. I wonder how it's reviewing.
Yeah,
it's just called Cabin in the Woods.
It's called Cabin in the Woods. Yeah.
Series. Let's see, just real quick here.
It'd be great if it's like a different set of kids that go in there every week and trigger a different monster.
Yeah, that would be cool. No reviews on Tomato Meter yet, but there is 6.5 on IMDb. But I don't know who those people are. That could be anything. So
yeah,
I don't think you have to prove you've seen a thing to review something on there. So
yeah, no, that's probably true. Okay,
yeah.
All right, show me The Cabin in the Woods. Number 6.
Damn it, Randy.
Number 6.
Dirty
Nice.
bastard.
All right.
The pressure's on to clear the board, by the way. Now, so
Exactly. Yeah. You keep this up, and you may not get the whatever prizes, Dr. Calhoun.
So as I've told you before, I grew up with a grandfather who owned and operated a feed lot.
Yeah.
And there was a particular house right next to it that I was very, very interested in when I was little. And then when I got older, I realized, boy, I don't want to ever be in there. And that's the slaughterhouse. That's the
slaughterhouse.
It is a dangerous and stinky place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not only, I mean, it wouldn't want to be in slaughterhouses 1 through 4, but definitely wouldn't want to be in slaughterhouse 5.
Oh, yeah, forget it.
Show me a slaughterhouse.
No.
I like that answer a lot, and I'm kind of amazed that it wasn't higher. It was one of those answers that only one person said. Amazingly,
wow,
that is amazing, because I'm telling you, man, my grandparents, the feedlot was so much more dangerous than the actual slaughterhouse, right?
Yeah.
Slaughterhouse is operated by professionals. Feedlot is a bunch of hungry pigs, and
right.
I was always being kept away, and so it made it really desirable, right? When I was little. But then I got old enough to care about how things smell and about getting like dirt on my clothes.
I would have thought this one would have been on there just simply because the word house is so prominent in it, like people using it, you know.
Yeah, you think of slaughterhouse, yeah for sure.
All right.
Don't and since you guys both have 1 strike left, and I want to keep things kind of even, just because I said think broad and wide doesn't mean don't veer completely away from movie houses. Okay. I do want you to still be thinking about those, but you've gotten quite a bit of the wide thinking of the tadpole there, but there might be a little more.
All right. Man,
Got a few, like the Psycho House, the House from House, the movie.
I don't want to be inside Doctor House. I know that.
Yeah.
You really don't.
You know what? The one from Psycho's pretty good. That one's a good one. Damn it. Yeah, the Bates. What's it called? The hotel?
Bates
no.
Motel.
The Bates Motel, but the house was on the hill.
Oh,
There's
right.
also the house on the hill.
That's right. Yeah, there's the house on the hill. There's the people under the stairs in the house. No, I don't think you can count that house.
That's
all right.
right.
You know what? I think let's go with our gut there and do that one. Let's try the Psycho house.
All right. Show me the Bates Motel / house.
Damn it!
No, it was up there. Bates Motel, where is it? Number 15.
Okay.
So still popular, but not in the top 10. So now Randy really needs to work on clearing the board if Dr. Calhoun wants these prizes.
Well, I feel like this one's gonna defeat us. It's just it's too weird. It's too many things. My brain is really stuck on something, and I don't count on the tadpole to also have gone there, but my brain is really, really stuck on it. So I have to say, you don't want to find yourself in the house Stark, especially when the rains of Castamere are raining.
Oh, you know what? That's pretty good. That's more metaphorical, but I like it. House Stark.
I'm just thinking, House Stark, pretty dangerous place to be.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Red Wedding.
Show me House Stark.
Oh man, I like that one a lot.
I overthought it.
Yeah.
No, you really didn't, because 2 things. Number one, a couple people did say that. I can't find it in the list right now, but it did get said by more than one person. And I'm just going to jump right to number 7, because you were on the right track thinking like that. People don't want to find themselves in House Slytherin.
Oh, jeez. Similar,
That's interesting, because everybody spent all their time getting divided up, and when you get that, people are like, "Yeah, I'm a Slytherin."
Yeah,
exactly.
Like it,
Well, because if you find yourself in House Slytherin, chances are you belong there, according to the sorting hat.
Yeah.
Let's go to number 4 here. It's one of those things that you look at the answer right below it and just kind of shuffle the words around, but it is a whole different thing. Yeah, Hill House. Is in the Haunting of Hill House.
Haunting
right,
of Hill
yeah.
Not the
House.
house on Haunted Hill, but Hill House is.
Damn it. I wonder how many people for number 5 thought that's what they were also saying. You know what I mean? Because people
Maybe.
mix those up all the time.
Yeah, I know I do when I'm trying to remember the name of the TV show and the name of the movie and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Let's go to number 8, a fun animated film, Monster House.
All right,
Yeah.
should have thought of that.
I see that in the chat
And
now. A bunch of those.
number 10, less of a house and more of a hotel. And it's not the Bates Motel.
Overlook.
The Overlook.
Oh, shit.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah.
That would have
That's not
worked.
a house.
Yeah.
Nobody
No,
lives
it
there.
really isn't.
I guess a bunch
I
of
wanna-
ghosts and
Cool again.
a wrinkly old lady lives there pretty much all
That's
the
right.
time. Never leaves her tub.
I do want to go through the rest of these answers because
Yes.
the Tadpole worked really hard on being snarky, and they deserve a little bit of credit. We've talked about Doghouse. Haunted House was number 13. Waffle House, number 14.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's a great answer though.
It
And
is a great
I'm upset that neither Scott nor I thought of it.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Right.
I like that one.
The House of 1,000 Corpses, the House of Usher, the Poor House, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre House. We just saw that one. It is a mess. 13 Ghosts House, Epstein's Island Home, Resident Evil 7
I thought about
House.
that.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say P. Diddy's house in L.A., but maybe
That's also on here. Surprisingly, this question was asked months ago.
Yeah.
Yet the P. Diddy house it's still relevant.
That's
Do not
impressive.
want to be in there. The Addams Family house, Buffalo Bill's house from Silence of the Lambs. You kind of mentioned this, Dr. House. Nobody wants to be inside Dr. House MD.
Nope.
Winchester Mystery House for those of you on the West Coast. Know that one. Animal House, Hell House, House of Cards, House of Pain, boy, House of Representatives, the House of the Rising Sun, the Money Pit House, P. Diddy's house, a whorehouse, the Barbarian Airbnb.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one, dude.
That is a good one. I'm
Yeah.
surprised more people didn't
Just
say
stay
that
out of the
one.
basement. You're fine.
Yeah, you'll be okay.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
A Crack House, the Home Alone House, Neverland Ranch, Scott's house when Kim is out of town,
Yeah, I don't-
Shrieking Shack,
I don't blame you.
50 Berkeley Square, London, which is supposedly the most famous haunted house in London.
Yeah.
A burning house, a frat house, a gingerbread house, a hoarder house, the American Horror Story murder house, an influencer house,
Oh, yeah.
Weird.
You know what? Good call on that. I would
That's a
hate
good
that.
one,
Yeah.
Annabelle's house from The Conjuring, the house from Saw, a house in the movie Twister.
There was because
Wow.
it gets picked up and ruined. But wait, there was a house in Saw? I don't remember that.
No, I don't either, but apparently there's
Yeah,
some,
that wasn't a
at some point-
house. Yeah,
Yeah, it was more like a warehouse or like a. I guess that's got a
Yeah.
house in it.
It's like a bathroom.
I mean, there's so many
of
movies.
it.
Was there a house in one of them? Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
probably.
That's why only one person said that. Anything in Detroit? Barbara Streisand's house. I know. Barbie's Dream House. That feels mean. The Big Brother house. Agree. Big Mama's house. Bill Cosby's house. The Blair Witch house. The Brady Bunch house. Brian Ibbott's house on a Saturday night. There you go. You got your one.
Yep.
Okay.
Coraline's other house.
The one where she crawled between the versions.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy Neighbor's house. That's a good one. Jeffrey Dahmer's house or David Koresh's compound in Waco. Both getting a vote right there.
Yeah.
Downton Abbey. Ed Gaines' house. A funeral home.
Is this more than usual?
Way more than usual.
Okay, just
for
making
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll start going through some of these a little bit faster. The House of Gucci, Hannibal Lecter's house. High Fidelity. I don't know what that is. I think somebody might have put the John Cusack question that we had a few weeks ago. on this one.
Oops.
Yeah, it's like
A House of
record
Ill
store, right?
Repute. Yeah. House of the Dead, House of the Dragons. There's House Stark.
All right.
Hufflepuff. John Wayne Gacy's house. Lizzie Borden's house. Mama's house. Maxwell
gosh.
House.
Maxwell House. That's great.
That's great.
The good to the last drop.
Let's see. Mr. Body's Mansion from Clue. Ned Flanders' house after the hurricane. OJ's house. There's a lot of these. The Peacock family house from the X-Files. Rose Red.
The
I'm
house
just
in
kind of
Rose Red.
skipping over some of these other ones that are like,
I don't know what
the
go ahead.
the ATM house in Breaking Bad.
That's a bad house, dude.
It is a bad house.
Yeah.
The Exorcist house. The house in the Burbs. The house from The Grudge. The House of Mouse. The Kardashians' house. The last house on the left.
Yeah.
I am really lucky that the Poltergeist house made the list.
You really are, yeah. Tokyo Imperial Palace, Vecna's Creel House, Warhammer 40k Hive. Welcome to the Vaxverx house.
40k Hive is not a house. It's more like I don't.
You're starting to sound like Bubba Gump.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. And finally, your mom's house. Just kidding. The Nut House.
Same thing.
All right.
That's exactly what somebody wrote.
Same thing. All right. Well, there you go. Well done to nobody. We all lost. Everybody lost today.
Yeah, everybody lost. We all kind of lost.
Big loser day today.
Real losers are the friends we made along the way.
That's right.
That's right, man. But also, I like having you on, Dr. Calhoun. And
I do too.
So
thank you. Help me kill some time in office hours.
Yeah. Anytime we get to just chill and do this, and nobody came, no one's knocking. No, you haven't had to delay anybody while we've been here doing this fun thing, right? Okay.
No,
good.
I haven't had anybody all year so far. So,
well,
what's your subject, Dr. Calhoun?
I teach at a community college, so I teach communication, so public speaking, interpersonal, workplace comm.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow, that's my career.
Cool.
Yeah, that's your whole thing.
Wow,
that's you should go have Randy come do a
straight.
guest speaking gig over there or something. Well, that's awesome. Good luck to those students who never come bug you, and I hope we have you on again.
Well, I'm so good, they don't need to come for expo.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I believe that's true. We'll see you around, man. Hey, Randy, you'll be back later for Recommendals, so come back, won't you? Bye. All right, he'll be back. That's it for that. Let's get some news under our belt.
Yeah.
And hurdle our way toward the break. Let's see here. Where's the news? The news is right here. Today's news is brought to you by
The Instance 2.0, your monthly podcast look at all things World of Warcraft, with lots of stuff dropped during the month to boot. Get your revived fix at frogpants.com/instance.
Do it today. All right, check it out. 8-year-old Ohio girl in the news. Ohio in the news a lot lately, right? With the dogs and the cats and the whatnot over there.
That's right.
But this 8-year-old girl drove to a Target and went shopping. That's not.
They're driving to Target in Ohio.
Yeah, where's this story during the debates? Police in Ohio reported they found an 8-year-old girl shopping at a Target store after she took a car and drove there on busy roads. This was on a Sunday morning. Bedford police took a call for a missing girl. As they began to investigate, police also took a call concerning a small child driving east on Rockside Road. All these puzzle pieces coming together, you know. Mm-hmm. Officers eventually found the car in the parking lot of a Target store in Bainbridge, Ohio, or Bainbridge. There's no Bainbridge.
No Bainbridge.
No.
Or Brain Bidge.
Yeah, or binging brain.
All right.
Beach. Police then found the child in the store, although the exact route the girl took is unclear, or route. It's route or route. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just depends on where you grew up, I guess. Mm-hmm. Google Maps shows the store is more than 10 miles from where she was reported missing, about 20 to 25 minute drive or so. The girl was not hurt, she told the officers she, quote, struck a mailbox, unquote, during her travels. Oh, she didn't use those words, though.
No, I struck a mailbox.
No kid says that.
I don't know why I'm giving her an accent, but
yeah,
that's pretty dang. I mean, hey, a 10-mile drive to Target? That's pretty damn impressive.
No, I'm very impressed. And she took main roads and stuff. You know?
Yeah, how was her parking? Like, you know, did she just park at one far end of the lot where there are no other cars, or did she wedge herself between a Nissan Pathfinder and a Toyota 4Runner or something?
Yeah, I guess whoever called in, there was a small child driving. They didn't say she was being erratic.
Yeah.
Like, none of this is about poor, we're on the case because of poor driving. We're on the case because the parents are reporting her missing and somebody saw a kid driving.
The whole thing is way more impressive than it is scary.
Yeah, I agree. It says her relatives were called to the store to get her and the vehicle. Police told Nextstar's WJW that the girl is too young to be charged criminally and that they are grateful no one was injured. So it's a done deal, but I don't know. This kid sounds all right. Seems like she's got it figured out. She's going to go on to big things, or she'll be a mess. I don't know which.
Yeah.
It's hard to call at this stage.
She's going to be the next Danica Patrick. She's going to be, going to get pole position at NASCAR because of her driving acumen.
Yeah. Let's see how it goes. Let's talk about Japan. They have a super cheap corn snack product there that everyone loves. Mm-hmm. And the company who makes it has had to apologize for a second ever time for a price increase in 45 years.
That's kind of the most Japanese thing ever, right?
Like, I love it. I love it.
We are so sorry that we had to up the price of our corn snacks. Please forgive us.
Give us forgiveness. Can you imagine like Frito-Lay doing that? We have to put 10% less chips in the bag. We are so sorry. So sorry.
Shamed our families.
Yeah. Got a sword handy in case you need it.
We've brought dishonor upon our names.
It says part of the appeal of Japan's mega popular umebo Imobe corn puff snacks is how manufacturer Yokin is constantly adding new flavors to the lineup. The teriyaki hamburger or cup noodle. But at the same time, there is a remarkable consistency to Umebo.
Umebo? I think Umebo is
Umebo.
Yeah.
All right.
Umebo. Mm-hmm.
Not just in keeping longtime favorite flavors such as cheese or corn potage, but in price. So... when they first went on sale in 1979, they cost just 10 yen. 10 yen. And 10 yen is what? Nothing. That's nothing.
Wow, that is nothing, yeah.
It's less than a penny, isn't it? Something crazy like that.
It's about 10 cents, 8 cents.
Oh, a little higher than I thought. Still, pretty cheap. Mm-hmm. A year later, or a decade later, they still cost 10 yen. And 20 years later, after it hit the market, still only 10 yen. They kept it going. They held on to its 10 yen price point all the way until 2022, just 2 years ago, when the exchange rate made 10 yen the equivalent of about 0.08 cents. That's pretty bad.
It is. Yeah.
Before Yohoken, whatever they are, announced the product's first ever price increase to 12 yen. Oh my gosh, how dare they? 12 yen?
It's like 9 American cents.
Oh no, what are we going to do? Anyway, it says their 12 yen era won't match the longevity of its 43 years at 10 yen. But they raised it again, and then they went to all the sources and they talked to everybody and apologized. Yeah. Let's take a look at this snack. What does this look like?
It's like a tube, like a crunchy tube. It's smaller than your typical like bag of Fritos or something. You get one corn snack in the package, but it's still it's like the size of a candy bar, basically.
Yeah, it looks like a little candy bar in this guy's hand.
Yeah, a puffed piece of corn.
I would eat that. Seems all right.
It's great. Yeah, I think somebody has sent us those before, and we're like, these are great.
I don't remember. I want one. Now I'm hungry for these ultra cheap snacks.
Yeah, it's these I know I've seen at the Cost Plus. This is something you can definitely pick up there, or at least in those at Cost Plus World Market. They have Japanese surprise boxes, so it's like a snack box of mystery. Basically, but these are almost going to certainly be in there.
I could go for some of that. Maybe I'll check out we have a local Asian market thing that's all food that gets imported. It's all imported food, Japanese, Korean, like all that stuff. Or maybe, you know what, KT Data, I know you can find this stuff. You let me know if you've got a source on this. That'd be great. Did I tell you I ran into his boss? I did tell you that. Did I tell you that?
No.
No. So we were at me, Carter, and Tay, and the babies were all at In-N-Out the other day. Just a quick lunch together while Tay was around. It's before Kim got home. And we were having lunch, and we were done, and then we were leaving. And then someone came over, showing up at the door and said, "Hey, Scott, sorry, I didn't want to bug you at all, but I'm so-and-so, and I'm Kevin Tech's boss." I was like, "Oh,
boss, wow.
Hey, how's it going?" I said, "Give him a raise," I says as I shook his hand.
Yeah, it's funny that his boss knows you. Like, how is that even possible?
I think he used to listen to TMS with them before they started doing remote work or something.
Gotcha. Oh, that's great.
So he's apparently a listener. If he's listening right now, I forgot his name. He said it, and I forgot it because that's what I do. But it was nice to meet you at the In-N-Out. Speaking of prices that are reasonable, freaking In-N-Out, you can feed a lot of people for nothing over there.
Yeah, that new one opened up in Arvada. I still haven't gone, but it's only 10 minutes away from me. But I feel like lines are still going to be crazy, even though it's our 6th or 7th In-N-Out that they've put here in Denver. But it's the first one in Arvada.
They still go crazy every time they open one. Yeah. It's nuts.
Yeah.
They're having their 75th year anniversary. We noticed while we were there.
Oh, really? Wow,
yeah, it's a long time.
75 years of In-N-Out.
We're Australian.
Yeah, for some reason.
And then I'm a pirate. Yar. All right, here's a story about, let's see here, Montana man He's in trouble with the law. He gets 6 months in prison for cloning a giant sheep and then breeding it. He's not breeding with it.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
They just have some livestock laws over there that you got to be careful of. 81-year-old Montana man was sentenced Monday to 6 months in federal prison for illegally using tissue and testicles from large sheep hunted in Central Asia and the U.S. to create hybrid sheep for captive trophy hunting in Texas and Minnesota. So basically, he's creating targets for hunters.
Right, right. Breeding the world's least dangerous game.
Yeah, basically. It says, this is crazy. So he had a hard time. They had a hard time sentencing this dude. His name is Arthur Jack Schubarth.
Wow.
Jack Schubarth. I love it. Vaughn, Montana. He said he wades Schubarth's age and lack of criminal record with a sentence that would deter anyone else from trying to change the genetic makeup of these creatures on the earth, says the judge. Sounds a little churchy. Anyway.
It does, yeah.
Morris also...
the genetic makeup of these creatures.
He fined him $20,000 and also ordered him to make $4,000 payments, or a $4,000 payment to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Foundation. He'll be allowed to self-report to the Bureau of Prisons medical facility, and then you got to be there for 6 months. He says, I will have to work for the rest of my life to repair everything I've done. Well, yeah, but you're 80. You're only going to live
these next couple of years can be real tough.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard.
Yeah.
Here's this. You got to see this sheep he made. Hold on.
Is it not?
Look at the size of that beast. It's like a ram.
Let's see here.
Hold on. I can't open it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it. Well, here, I'll show you this way, chat.
Yeah.
Look at the horns on that guy.
Wow, why is that link not linking for me? There we go. Oh, yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
Big old horns, too.
Ram tough.
But how does it taste?
Yeah, how is ram? I wonder how ram is. You know? I've had lamb and,
mutton and
things like that. But
Sure.
I don't think I've ever had ram's meat.
No.
Is that even a thing? Can I get ram's meat? Anyway, there's that story. Fun one there. How about this one?
Yeah.
Another 81-year-old or 80-year-old. No, they're both 81. Crazy. I didn't do this on purpose.
Oh, wow. No kidding. Yeah.
81-year-old a South Korean 81-year-old falls short of a bid to become the oldest Miss Universe contestant in history. She's 81. She's South Korean. Let's see. She dressed in a beaded white gown. The silver-haired Choi Soon-hwa strutted across the stage and performed a singing contest at the Miss Universe Korea pageant held Monday at a hotel in South Korea's capital, Seoul. She missed out.
We have audio from that. We have audio from that singing contest.
Oh, shit.
Happy birthday.
I thought you were serious. I was about to go find it and play it. I want to hear it so bad.
No. Sorry.
I wonder if it'll. You know what? I bet we could. I bet
we could find it actually. Now that you say it.
Yeah. Let's see real quick. She's a lovely lady.
She is. She absolutely is.
She's a total cutie. She got far.
Don't eat the brownies, ma'am.
Yeah. Let's see. Singing. Whoops. All right. Let's see if I found it. Let's see if my Google foo has paid off.
All right.
Here we go. Yeah, that's definitely not. She's going to bet to drop the beat here. Oh, this is just one of those news things. They put music behind it.
It's a bummer. I was really hoping we'd get like a rendition of Can You Guess the Color of My Underwear? Can you guess?
I want her to sing, damn it. She's not singing anywhere. All right, well, forget it. All right, well, that's going to do it for today's news. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Tom Merritt will be here, talk a little tech, and then it's off to recommendals for all four of us.
Yeah. So much stuff to get to.
So much, but we have a song, so play it. What do you got?
Well, we're going to Durham, North Carolina for a post-hardcore band called Treasure Pains. They've got an EP coming out soon. What is that EP called? The EP is called Charming. It comes out later this fall. Big thanks to Wiretap Records for this one. This is a song called Blowout. It's the first single from the upcoming EP, and it also features members of fellow North Carolina bands Wolves times Wolves times Wolves times Wolves and Youth League. Wolves X Wolves X Wolves.
I was going to say that first one is an inconvenient name, and I don't know. Tell me how do they shorten it? Like Wolves time 10 or something like that, or what?
Yeah, maybe Wolves times 4. I don't know, because it's a little disturbing.
Horrendous.
Anyway, here's the song "Blowout" from the band Treasure Pains.
Batman had the bat signal. If you want to get my attention, hold a roast beef sandwich over a floor lamp and aim it at my apartment.
Give your whole family a good hot meal with meat at a price you can afford.
And we've returned. Tell me who that was one more time.
Or that's a band called Treasure Pains, and from an EP coming out soon. That is their first single. It's called Blowout.
Nice. Quick note: you have not lagged or lost connection at all today. Yeah,
I have not reset my router. I was planning on doing that before the show today, and again, completely forgot. But I'm glad to see, I
no
haven't
issues.
needed to. So yeah, it's tedious.
Yeah, it is very tedious.
Yeah.
All right. Ace Detect, aka Tom Merritt. Oh, why isn't he? Where is he?
We want Tom.
He's not in my list. Why?
Oh
Tom?
no, Tom! Did you forget we're doing this today? Tom?
Did he unfriend me on Discord? He's literally not here. Hold on.
Oh really? Like you can't find him? Find him?
No.
At the end of last episode, did you accidentally
I don't think so.
Instead of hanging up on him, unfriend him.
I hope I didn't. Oh, then now he pops. That's weird.
That is really weird.
That took forever. I put Ace Detect. I tried Tom, and neither would come up. Now suddenly it did. Whatever.
Okay.
Freaking Discord. Get your shit straight.
Thank goodness.
All right, here we go. Let's get this going. It's time for Tom Merritt, everybody.
We want Tom.
He is Tom. He is here, and he is here to talk technology news for today. Tom Merritt, welcome back.
Technology news for today.
Today. Can you believe it? Amazing.
Very good.
Yeah. Nice having you here. How have you been? Doing all right?
Oh, my dog broke his toe.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What do you do? Just can't do much, right?
Well, what you do is lose your mind because he's a 5-month-old puppy with 5-month-old puppy energy who now has a big old bandaged toe, which he's not supposed to run on. That's fun. Stop the puppy from running.
Yeah.
And he has to wear a cone to keep him from eating the bandage.
Yeah.
So
that's fun.
Yeah, it's not fun for any of us.
No one's having fun. It's the opposite of fun.
We're getting through. It is definitely the thing I think about most these days.
Yeah,
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
Well, it's a handful of dogs like that, especially when they're young and energetic and
6
all
weeks to heal.
Yeah. We had a similar thing with Boomer. She broke her hip, and then she was a puppy, and it just was impossible.
Oh yeah, when it's bad enough when they're older, and it's like, oh, this sucks for you, but just stay still. But yeah, when they got that puppy energy, man,
yeah, forget it.
That's tough.
Well, I'll tell you what isn't tough: getting tech news out of you on a Wednesday. That's never been tough. You always have something. So what'd you bring today? What are we talking about?
Let's find out if today is any different, and the answer is no. So I don't know if we'll talk about this in DTNS or not. We're still putting together the rundown, but there's a couple of different apps from indie developers that got removed. One is the Juno app for Apple Vision Pro, which was really just a skin on YouTube, but added some functionality to do the 360-degree viewing that you don't get from Apple's own web browser when you go to YouTube. Apparently, YouTube didn't like that, so it crushed it. And the other is the last of the big Nintendo Switch emulators. I'm not saying you can't find a Nintendo Switch emulator out there somewhere in the corners of the web, but the two big ones were Yuzu and Ryujinx. I don't know how to say it.
Thinks I say.
Yeah, Ryujinx. Yuzu got sued into oblivion by Nintendo, and Ryujinx seems to have been given an offer it can't refuse. So as of this week, it's gone from GitHub. Its download link is gone. And the only explanation they gave was on Discord and X saying Nintendo offered an agreement to stop working on the project. So
okay.
No Nintendo Switch emulator for you.
At least for now. So what this usually...
breaking people.
Here's the normal pattern, though, that they follow. So emulation always finds a way. Life finds a way every time. So what will happen is this will slow things down a little bit. But when we get into an era where the Switch is no longer Nintendo's current generation, these things come back up, development starts again, like it has for every other old game console.
Are they looking anymore? No, good.
Yeah. It's basically that. It's when does their priority shift to not be that worried about it? And when that starts happening, Just like with the Wii U to some extent, 3DS, 2DS, these all have robust, emulation happening.
Mod communities, yeah, emulation communities.
The emulator one is a little murky. It is not illegal to make an emulator, so it's my back gets up a little bit at Nintendo throwing its weight around, because basically what it's saying is we have more money than you. Do you want to fight us?
Yeah.
With Yuzu said no, we can't. With Ryujinx, it seems like they could have, because we're not sure exactly where they are or anything, but the theory was that they were under Brazilian law, which is more emulator friendly, so it might have been harder for Nintendo to get a court case going against them. But I think Nintendo may have used other pressures to get them to agree. I don't like that. I don't like big companies throwing around their weight to suppress innovation. On the other hand, it's a fair argument from Nintendo that, like, how are you legally using these emulators? Because it's a violation of the DMCA and most in the United States and similar laws elsewhere to crack the copyright on our games to play on them. So even if you own the copy, it would be illegal to make a copy of it. And if you're writing your own homebrew, how did you do that without reverse engineering our system? So it kind of is a, like, sure, it's legal to make the emulator, but almost every use you could put it to is probably illegal.
Yeah, its entire existence. I mean, there is an argument to be made about preservation and stuff, but it probably sounds real flimsy during the current generation to have that argument in court.
And those preservation arguments are, they at least in the United States rely on the Library of Congress exemptions, and for current games it's like, well, is there a need for preservation? These games are on sale at the store, you can go get them, so it's kind of hard to make that argument yet.
Yet it's a good way of putting it. Put the big Y on the end there. Well, interesting. I'm looking forward to talking about that more amongst the myriad of topics that will surely be on display today on the Daily Tech News Show at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. You're all encouraged to come watch. And also, if you want to be even cooler than that, support that show. They have a Patreon, of course.
We do.
Yeah, please do that. Tom Merritt, is there anything else going on that you'd like us to know about right now?
Well, no, I'll just I'll double down on that Patreon. Amos, our audio editor, producer at large, is tasked with helping keep the patrons happy these days, because there's so many of you and there's only one of me. So he's been writing a special column about things from the listener standpoint and answering questions if you have them. So there's a lot going on at our Patreon in addition to the stuff that we've had going on for years. Roger's weekly column, my weekly editor's desk, where I just talk to you about what's going on in the world of DTNS and answer any questions from folks. So you can get all that and the bonus show that Scott's on at patreon.com/DTNS.
Excellent. I'll be doing a Live With That as well sometime this month for the iPad Pro M4 and my experiences with it so far.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it'll be fun. That'll be sometime this month, so watch for that. Tom Merritt, everybody. You know him, you love him. We'll see you later. Nader? I'll see you, Ralph Nader.
Ralph Nader.
See you, Ralph Nader. All right.
That segment is unsafe at any speed.
No, that's agreement. Full agreement. All right. Let's get the team back together here.
Yeah.
Randy's probably we're still right there.
has not left being in front of his Discord.
No.
Ready to do it again.
Absolutely not. But we can have a little bit of fun here with the old recommendals segment. And is everybody coming in? I think so. They're ringing. We got rings of ringage.
Yeah.
Do we have rings of speakage? Well, you'll have to wait and find out.
Nicole did send a clip, so you'll see that in your recommendals planning.
Oh, I missed it. Let's see. Oh, it's the same one I pulled up, so we're good.
Okay, good.
Excellent. All right.
Excellent.
Let me get out of that tab. Oh, hi. There she is. All right, here. I'm going to play this. Y'all ready for this?
Well, what do you recommend?
Oh, hi, everybody. It's time for Recommendals. That's right. Things we've seen on streaming services. We bring our friends Nicole and Randy back to do it. Hi, Nicole. You're here. How are you?
Hi. Where's Randy?
He was here. I don't know why he didn't answer. We'll call him again.
Yeah. There he is. Oh, nope. That's just his rings of range.
Yeah. I think he just went to
got his fill of you from the feud.
Yeah, he was sick of us by then.
That's right. He's licking his wounds somewhere off in the corner, waiting.
My guess is he's in the shitter. I don't know where he is, but hopefully he'll be joining us shortly. When he does, we'll get to it. In the meantime, Brian, we may as well just get started with your recommendal.
Let's jump right into this. Yeah, I watched a couple things. This was the one I decided to recommend, and probably with as much stuff going on as I've got for the next few days, it's probably good that I have two because I might need it Wednesday. This is something that when I saw the lineup, I kind of knew instantly that I'd enjoy it. And I am happy to say that it was even better than I expected.
Oh, I love that. Here it goes then. Let's play this clip.
What's a play here? I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Okay, you're on speaker.
Wonderful. Now then, we clearly have a situation here, and time's of the essence, so I'm not going to mince words. My name is Pamela Dowd-Herdry. This is my hotel. It's very new, it's very expensive, and I have a clear vested interest in minimizing any sort of controversy associated with it. I am very aware of the stigma that can become attached to a building, and I'm not interested in being the owner of a hotel where a district attorney, whom I greatly admire and whose work I believe in very much, was found with a dead prostitute.
He wasn't.
So that being said, I have brought in someone I know through a trusted friend to take care of this problem. He is an expert. He is the very best there is. There is, quite simply, no one else out there who can do what he does.
Thank you, Pam.
Now, of course, my guest has her own interests at stake as well, and feels the need to make sure those interests are protected, which is why she has insisted on maintaining her own person to ensure this little problem goes away. And as we have reached an impasse as to whose man would be better suited to accomplish the task, we have decided that the only course of action is for you both to work together to clean up this absolute clusterfuck of a mess.
No.
Ocean's 14.
Right? Yeah, might as well be. That is, you're absolutely right. That is Clooney and Pitt together again for a movie called Wolves. Not wolves, wolves.
Wolves.
Wolves. As
I really, really dislike the name Wolves.
I do too. Yeah, wolves.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, that part's never, to me anyway, explained why it's called Wolves. But so the setup is this: Amy Ryan plays a district attorney whose one night stand boy toy is killed via an accident in her hotel room. She calls a fixer whose number she's gotten, which is George Clooney's character. He shows up, and then the hotel, who knows what's going on, also brings in their own cleaner, who's Brad Pitt. And the two of them begrudgingly have to work together to kind of clean this mess up. And as is always the case in this sort of thing, hilarity ensues.
Nice. This is a guy who directed, director here directed the newer Spider-Man movies, right?
Yeah, John Watts. Yeah, did the Far From Home and No Way Home.
Right.
He's great. This is really well directed, a really well assembled and directed film. So kudos to John Watts for putting this thing together. It is with Clooney and Pitt, who have just some of the best on-screen chemistry. They as you would expect, they bring a lot of comedy to this. This is not just an action film. It is a kind of not a bottle episode, but it's like it takes place over the course of one night. So you're not looking at a movie that takes place over a long period of time. And I love stuff like that because I feel like it's a challenge to the director to give enough material to make a single night episode or single night movie not feel like it's dragging at any point.
Yeah, it's a hard one to do.
Is it the full half 24? Like, do they make it feel like 12 hours or something?
No. I mean, it does feel like 12 hours. Yeah, I see what you're saying here. It's really the course of a night into the next morning, and some very, very clever plot points that come to light throughout this thing that are really, really well done. It's not just a matter of a couple, cleaners bumbling over each other. And no, these guys are both pros at what they do. And even watching some of that, of like a cleaner doing what he has to do to clean up a mess like this, absolutely fascinating stuff from Clooney. like whoever wrote this and said, all right, here's how he's going to get the body here and how he's going to get the body covered up there, blah, 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 really came up with some amazing ideas of a way to make all that happen.
Looks like it was written by John Watts as well, wrote and directed.
There you go. So yeah, good on him. So working with his own material.
That's great.
Well done. This is on Apple TV Plus. So you got.
And it's also showing at every movie theater in my world.
Currently still.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Right now today, it's at the movies. Like,
Man.
why would anybody go? What is it? Is it that important? Do you think?
No, it's not a big screen cinematography film. It's not a pop. I mean, it could be kind of a little bit of a popcorn film, and it's something that if you've got a bunch of people all want to watch it together. I mean, maybe a movie theater certainly could be a lot more expensive to do it that way, but seeing this with a crowd of people laughing, I could see the draw.
What's the comedy to serious ratio?
Comedy to drama level. It is not slapstick or zany or anything like that, but just the wit and sarcasm and dry humor between Clooney and Pitt is 40% of what makes this thing funny. It's their interplay with each other, and it's and there are, I mean, it's hard to get me to have a laugh out loud moment. There were a couple in this one that actually had me laughing out loud. I was really LOLing instead of just saying I was LOLing.
Well, I really like these two. They're great, man. There's a reason they're good together,
This is absolutely worth seeing. I don't know what I haven't looked at like tomato meters or anything like that, but I can see it doing really, really well. It looks like 68%, a little bit lower than I would expect. I would expect in the 80s or 90s. Tina and I both really loved it. Yeah. So, all right. So take that. If you usually like the things I recommend, then you'll like this. It's very, very good. Again, the movie is called Wolves, and it is on Apple TV Plus or in theaters now.
Nice. Oh, it's got that Austin Abrams kid, another kid from Euphoria. He's very good.
Oh, good. He's the
younger guy, kind of skinny, pointy face guy.
He's the dead boy toy.
All right. Amy Ryan, I like her.
She's fantastic. She is great in everything that she's in.
That's awesome. All right. Wolves.
The houses in your neighborhood have roofs and the trees dropped leaves.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, we discovered that seven dwarfs is the way it's supposed to be, and that Tolkien said, I like dwarves with a V, and that's how it came to be.
I didn't know that. He pushed that through, did he?
Yeah.
Oh man.
He influenced it or
that's funny.
Used it when that was not the norm.
Well, he's got some pull. That guy.
He does have some pull. That Tolkien.
That Tolkien fella. All right. Well done, Nicole. We're swinging it over to you. Tell us what you watched this week.
Brand new documentary on Netflix. Mm-hmm. I'm big fans of everybody in this documentary, and it was. I just gave you the trailer because I wasn't able to grab a clip, but there's a lot of funny moments. There's some sad moments. It was nice.
All right, let's check it out and see what we got.
Poor Will Ferrell.
I've been wanting to see this. How is this?
It is wonderful, and it is so. I would want to watch this just for the simple fact that I'm a huge Saturday Night Live fan. I think you know that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I love behind the scenes of anything. So Will Ferrell, to me, I know he's not everyone's cup of tea, but I love him.
Oh, he's my cup of tea. I love him too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll get no argument
there. And after watching this, I love him even more. There are some really raw and vulnerable moments in this documentary from both Harper and Will. And you kind of watch their friendship get really, really strong through this. So Harper, she was born in Iowa, so very Midwest. She loves Natty Light. She loves road tripping. She loves dive bars. And, as a woman, I would never go into a dive bar. Like if I didn't know anyone in it, like it's a different thing when you're not a white heterosexual male, when you go into some of these places. Yeah. And it can be scary. I mean, and so you're watching Harper kind of come to those terms, and Will wanting to protect her and be there for her. And there's some really uncomfortable moments, but there's also some wonderful moments. I would love to see like the stuff that didn't get into the documentary.
Sure.
But I loved it so much. And every trans person has different journeys, and you meet one trans person, you met one trans person. Yeah. So everyone has their own kind of rules on what you're allowed to ask. And Harper, her viewpoint is, if you're my friend, you can ask me whatever you want to ask me, because I'm still trying to figure it out.
Sure.
And it's a really nice documentary. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, hearing good things from everybody who's seen it. It's reviewing really well. Hard subject for a lot of people, but I think it sounds like it's worth watching for who.
Yeah, she was incredibly vulnerable, and I think it was nice to see, because she's trying to come to terms with loving herself, and you get a journey. So they go back to her childhood home, and so they literally go from New York to California. And I'm sure there was a lot more stops to the road trip, because I think they were on the road for like 2 weeks straight. But I kind of like how she does the road trip. She basically gets a folding chair and a cooler, and they just stop and hang out. I'm like,
really?
I should do that more often.
It says here they hang out a bit with Kristen Wiig, Will Forte, Tim Meadows, this kind of stuff.
Kristen Wiig she's in it, but she doesn't hang out they don't even like go to her house. They just call her on the phone, and she makes a wonderful theme song for them that you'll hear at the very end of the documentary.
Oh, really? Oh, that's great.
Yeah. But Will Forte, Tim Meadows, like all the old SNL cast comes in. Molly Shannon they meet up with when they get to California.
Oh, cool.
You meet Harper's daughters in the very beginning. They meet a diner, and there's some funny stuff that happens there. So it's a good one. I really, really enjoyed it. And
Netflix original, right? Yeah, Netflix original.
Yeah, Netflix.
Nice.
Yeah.
And 99% on Rotten Tomatoes says it's filmed nicely. It's got great music, sound.
Yeah, it's not your
good pacing. Yeah. But I do feel like they left out. I mean, like, for instance, when they go through Texas, that's rough.
Mm-hmm.
As you would think, and they go and they eat. They go to eat the big steak.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
Is that the one in Amarillo? Like if you finish it, it's free. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So they go there, and it's very uncomfortable. Like you just and Will. It was hard because he's watching. He's like, oh God, he feels very responsible for the situation, and so it's very.
Well, it's about 2 hours, so it's probably hard to cram in an entire cross-country travel like that in 2 hours.
Like I said, there's probably some amazing outtakes. Pringles gets a really good plug, as well as Dunkin' Donuts.
I mean, it's a road trip after all. I gotta eat crap in your car.
I'm like, Will Ferrell really wants to go to Dunkin' Donuts, and I'm like, dude, not for the donuts, for the coffee.
Yeah.
You raved about the Dunkin' Donuts coffee so much. I love it.
I'm sitting here with one right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Their donuts aren't what they used to be. Their donuts are kind of bad.
The donuts are crap.
Yeah.
But the coffee
ever
is
since
wonderful.
they started making them in one place and shipping them around the country, and there's no dude getting up at 6 a.m. or 4 a.m. to make the donuts. It's like, you can tell.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people probably still getting up at 6 but hate their job and are like in one warehouse somewhere. It's like the worst place to bake anything.
So I'm looking at the trailer that I gave you guys, and in the tags, there's, Ferrell, Harper, comedy, coming out, Pringles, and Dunkin' Donuts.
Wow. That's great. Available now on Netflix.
Yep.
I will be watching this one.
Highly recommend.
Excellent. Randy, let's go to you now. Over to Randy, everybody.
Let's do something completely different. 180 degrees. We're turning this thing.
Wow. All right, let's do it.
So I am recommending something to Scott Johnson. I am not recommending it to Nicole Spagnuolo. This is an incredibly gory film. And I actually think it didn't get a lot of good word of mouth because of the gore.
Yeah.
I put this movie on privately for just me, thinking I'm going to see if I can maybe get my wife to watch this with me. And within minutes, I was like, nope, she will walk out on this, and it never lets up. The gore never lets up. So,
all right.
I'll just give you a few seconds of the very beginning. This is not really a very useful clip.
All right.
It's just the very, very beginning.
It'll get us there. Here we go.
I can also confirm that the Florida Alliance has failed in its attempt to force the brave people of the Carolinas into joining the insurrection. Citizens of America, we are now closer than ever to a historic victory as we eliminate the final pockets of resistance. God bless you all, and God bless America.
So Parks and Rec coming together.
Ron Swanson is the president of the United States.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
This is Alex Garland's Civil War. And it was a bit of a flop at the box office. And like I say, that's because of word of mouth. People who did see it came out and were like, this is rough. But I'm recommending it to Scott and to people who like Scott who like this sort of thing. And what this sort of thing is a movie where the style of the movie is so much more important than the substance of the movie. You know what I'm saying? So like if you watch Darren Aronofsky's The Wrestler and you have like a really deep love of pro wrestling, you're going to notice how the movie over dramatizes the character, you know, like and pro wrestling is already a drama, right? So but if you forget about the substance and just let Aronofsky take you from scene to scene, you're going to start seeing Mickey Rourke doing the best acting of his career. And that's how I see Claire Danes and Wagner Maura in this movie. These are two actors who utterly become the characters they're playing. Danes and Maura are both like in their late 40s, I think
so.
And Alex Garland, like really leans on their expertise as actors, and that is what makes this movie for me. It's
I love his. Let me ask you this: I love his other movies. Love everything Alex Garland's ever done. I haven't seen Men or whatever it's called, the more recent or the second to last thing he did. But outside of that, I've seen every movie he's ever done, and I love them all. Both written when he writes them and someone else directs, or if he makes them himself, or his TV shows like Devs, which is, I'm sure that's why him and Swanson are still hanging out. Probably just moved right over with him. His stuff just speaks to me, and I can't even explain how or why. It just does. And that includes 28 Days Later, and I'm excited about the new 28 Years Later, whatever they're doing. Is that what you're talking about when you're talking about that style? It's his thing. Okay.
About. Like I don't particularly love Alex Garland stuff. Like I don't think any of it has ever risen above a certain level, especially the 28 stuff.
Not like Deus Ex or freaking or
Ex Machina.
I mean, yeah, that's
you know,
what I meant.
like you know, as I said on Film Sack, I liked it enough.
Yeah,
Sunshine is good. I don't think Sunshine is like the pinnacle of movie making, because Alex Garland has a thing, and Alex Garland's thing is take a good long look at humanity, and then we're gonna have them all turn on each other. That's Alex Garland's thing.
Yeah, you're right. That's true. Yeah.
This is more of his thing.
Yeah.
But this movie has some moments that are just did I say Claire Danes? I meant Kirsten Dunst.
Oh, you've been saying Claire Danes? I thought I heard Kirsten Dunst in my head.
Totally no, I've been hearing Claire Danes. Yeah, I did completely went past me too. I was like, Claire Danes, okay, yeah.
Totally different people who rose to prominence in the late 90s playing teenagers. At one point on the road trip of this film, the journalists that you're following stop in this town that has somehow completely escaped being touched by the war. And there's this incredibly affecting sequence. Like, Kirsten Dunst completely consumes this long, quiet scene. And this is a film that's made of long, quiet scenes. And she's in front of a mirror, and there's this like metaphor of the journalist seeing herself, you know.
Sure.
But like, it's striking. It is beautiful. And like, I felt like Alex Garland was punching above his weight class at times in this movie. So that's why I'm recommending it. It is incredibly gory. I can't overstate how gory.
See, I've never heard that about it before. It's the first I've heard that it's gory. It's got a bunch of gore.
Yeah, that's funny because when you said that, I didn't remember the gore. I do remember a scene with a lot of gunplay, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, that part might have been where all that gore was. But God, it didn't strike me as being a gory movie. So.
Civil War has a surprise guest, and it's Kirsten Dunst's husband.
He's in the trailers. That's that much of a surprise.
Yeah, that was weird part to me. He's not in the beginnings of the credits. You have to like dig after the fact to find his name. Jesse Plemons we're talking about. He's really not in this movie very much. He's a one scene character. And again,
memorable though, right? Like that's what he does. Yes. He sticks with you.
Very
when he does
very memorable. Yeah. And apparently they had somebody else cast to play this role, and that person couldn't make it to the shoot. And so Kirsten Dunst like, hey, I got a husband who's pretty good at this kind of thing. Why don't you pay him? And then of course they put these ridiculous red sunglasses on him.
Yeah. And
it's one of those things like, man, how cool is it to be Jesse Plemons? Like that is just, dude, that is so freaking cool. And then of course it's the goriest scene in the movie, or one of the, there's so many. Oh guys, there's a scene in this film where you watch something. I don't really want to describe it.
All right.
You watch one of the goriest things that can happen to a human, and I don't know how they made it. It really looks like a living human being being killed in this ridiculously gory way. And I'm just like, how did they do it? Like at movie magic, man. I know it's just CGI, but like, wow. It's really come a long way.
Brian,
I'm trying to remember that scene. I can't remember it, but
those sunglasses he wears remind me of those ones
you brought
to Vegas.
Did you see the same thing, Brian?
What's that?
You sure you saw the same?
I thought I did. Yeah.
Maybe I can jog your memory. The camera just stares at a guy who has a tire shoved down from the top, so it's pinning his arms.
Oh,
he's wearing a tire.
Yeah.
And then
okay.
He gets killed in the most gruesome way possible. You just watch it, and of course the point of the film, partially it's Alex Garland, I don't know, he's got a thing, but also there's this point being made, which is from the eyes of a journalist, you don't look away, right?
Yeah.
And okay, it's that there's moments like that are really hard to watch. And the movie itself, like the overall story, pretty typical. There's no surprises here. Like with 10 minutes to go in the film, you should stop and ask yourself what's about to happen. You can guess precisely what's going to happen in the last 10 minutes. But it's really not about any sort of like mystery or twist, and it's just more about these people following this this Civil War. The Civil War itself, the details of the Civil War are completely irrelevant.
It's not a politics movie at all. Yeah.
I mean, other than they sort of played on it for the marketing, but from what I've heard, like the content of the movie isn't really.
I wish they had
more about journalism than about politics.
I kind of wish they hadn't even in the movie itself, like in the script. I wish they hadn't said as much as they do, which is very light.
Oh, really? Because it has to come up for relevance to where everybody's going, where they're
to. It's just what I'm saying is it's not got anything to do with current landscape in the United States. This is an alternate universe altogether.
All right.
For sure.
Well, those sunglasses he wears are like those ones you brought to Vegas, Brian. You had us wear for the
those red heart ones. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. They're very much like those.
I still wear those once in a while just because they have a calming effect on me. They're weird.
They do. There's something weird about rose-colored glasses, right? Like maybe
that's where that is that where that comes from? I don't know. I assume. I don't know,
but Yeah, I'll back up. Right, we saw this in the theaters, so those of you out there saying Brian must have watched a different movie or he was on his iPad during the movie. No, I was on my iPhone because I was in the theater. Okay,
yeah.
So back
get it straight. Different device, different day. Okay, everybody.
Exactly. I'm not taking my iPad to the theater, you idiots,
jerks.
That's why I bought the biggest iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Garland has 2 movies currently in production. One is another 28 movie, which is already, I think it's got a release date already.
Yeah.
And then there's this other one, and it's just called Warfare. And I'm just like, yep, that's what Alex Garland, man. You got a little fetish here, buddy.
Did you like Annihilation back in the day when that came out? That was pretty good.
I think I did.
Yeah.
I liked Annihilation. Yeah.
I loved it.
I was trying to remember his first movie that really put him on the map.
It was probably him writing 28 Days Later. I mean, he always works with what's his name. Him and Boyle are like best buddies. So
yeah, I guess. I don't know. Didn't he write The Beach?
Yes, he wrote The Beach, and
really? I like that.
what's his name? Danny Boyle directed. That's right. That's totally correct.
They have similarities, these two guys.
He also wrote the video game Devil May Cry, the DMC one, the reboot, which is crazy to me.
Oh, interesting.
Dread.
That's a weird
I
switch.
forgot about Dread. He directed and wrote Dread. Dread's amazing.
Oh, the good one with Joel Kinnaman.
Yeah. Or I shouldn't say, no.
Oh, see, this is what I always do.
Carl Urban.
I always think of the RoboCop and the Dread reboot because you just see the lower half of their faces.
Yeah, no, it's a fair confusion.
And every single time I'll do that.
Sorry, I misspoke though. It's Pete Travis directed it, but it was written by Garland. Anyway,
there's some really amazing one-scene actors in this movie. A guy named Greg Hill is in a scene with an actor named Edmund Donovan. These guys are so affecting. Like, this is not a movie I really think I'll ever see again, but like, I'm so glad that I watched it because they're just like scenes that have such power. And I didn't really know Wagner Maura until this movie. And now I'm just like, this guy can do no wrong.
Yeah, he's supposed to be
he's the other star of the movie.
Some kind of short list for Oscars this year is what I keep hearing. Excellent. Well, I'm all in. I'm gonna definitely watch that. It's also got that Dune guy who looks up into his head to do math. The Mentat from Dune. First movie.
Oh yeah.
He was also in Devs. He's great.
Feud. We should have guessed that you shouldn't want to be in House Harkonnen.
Yeah, that's
another one you don't want to be in. Yeah.
You don't want to be in his hot tub for sure. All right, excellent stuff. Let's swing it over to me. This is a quick one. It's a movie I've already seen twice now, and I just got in the mood for it. I saw it streaming on Tubi, and I was like, you know what? I haven't seen that in a bit. Let's watch that again. And so I did. Here's my clip.
A job at the end of the world. A salaried killer for a big petroleum company. I don't know why I did half the things I've done. But I know this is where I belong. Surrounded by my own. Ex-cons, fugitives, drifters, assholes. Men unfit for mankind.
All right, so Brian watched a movie called Wolves, and I watched a movie about wolves. Or wolves.
Right.
All right.
This is The Grey, 2011's The Grey. It's as old as the show is. And I saw it on, like I said, Tubi. This is a story that involves Liam Neeson. Dermot McRolney's in this.
Yes,
Nicole.
he is. Yeah.
He's fantastic in it. Dallas Roberts is in it. Frank Grillo. Love him. A bunch of faces and people you know. And the whole concept is, I should mention Famke Janssen's in it, but she's just in flashbacks. Like, it's his wife, and every time he's like knocked out, or because this plane crashes, and they all crash in this horrible plane accident in the Andes, and or in Alaska, I guess, a high mountain somewhere in Alaska, and they wipe out in this plane, and it knocks him out, and while he's knocked out, he's under these beautiful sheets with Famke Janssen having a little conversation, and then wakes up from that, and it's all horrible.
She likes him a lot more than she did in Taken.
Yeah,
totally.
That's the other thing. Those two are in Taken together as well, which is so weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, they. You know what I made? I may have screwed it up. It's Anne Openshaw. Mix her up with her all the time. It's not Famke.
Oh, it's
Janssen.
not Famke Janssen. Okay.
I'm having a RoboCop, Captain Dredd,
Judge
Judge Dredd
moment. Yeah,
Captain Dredd. What the hell's wrong with me? Anyway, it's very, very good. And they basically, these ex-cons and these guys that are just sort of out there doing hard jobs or whatever, they crash in this plane and they've got to figure out how to survive and escape and get back home. And it involves trying to get around a bunch of wild wolves who are like the big ass, scary as shit wolves, the ones that do not care about you and will eat you at any chance they get. And it's harrowing and very good. It's the director Joe Carnahan who did the A-Team adaptation a couple years prior to this, which is probably why, I don't know, he pulled Liam Neeson with him because he was in that as well. And it's just great. I think it's the best movie that guy's made, directed anyway. And if you like a really raw, intense, survivalish kind of we're stuck in the mountains, what are we going to do kind of movie with an ending that you don't necessarily see coming, I would recommend The Gray, currently streaming on Tubi. Yeah.
And for the first 20 years of this century, if you need a good roughneck in a movie, you cast Frank Grillo. Is he a roughneck?
Oh, he is the roughest of necks.
All right, good.
You've never seen a neck with more roughness than this.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, he's great in it. I mean, I love Frank Grillo in almost anything I've ever seen him in, with a few exceptions. He's some crap, but he always makes stuff better, and he's great in this, and his character arc is really interesting. This guy named Joe Anderson plays the character Flannery. That guy's a pud, but the kind of pud that you are excited to see hopefully eventually die in your movie.
Is this a bit like Predator? A little bit?
It's a little like Predator. Yeah, you know what? This is a lot like Predator. Now that you say that, this is Predator, but with a real wild animal, and it's grounded in that kind of reality. But at the end of the day, it's instead of a jungle, it's a snowy mountainside. Mm-hmm. And instead of an alien from outer space, it's a freaking wolf or a pack of wolves.
All right.
And it is that structure. These guys getting picked off one by one, learning how to admit that you're scared. All those themes, they're here for sure. Yeah.
It's funny because when you were listing off people, I kept waiting for you to say Alec Baldwin, and I realized, oh no, that's the movie that I confuse with The Gray, called The Edge, which has a couple of guys being stuck on a mountain in Alaska, being chased by a bear, not wolves, but a bear.
Yeah, very similar. If I remember right, a very similar story. And it also feels a lot like the movie Alive, which also there's that new Netflix take on it.
Oh God, that new thing was fantastic.
But this is great because this is in 2011, and this Joe Anderson guy who plays Flannery is sitting around after the initial crash, and he goes, "So when are we going to start taking chunks of the ass of the people dead over there, just like that movie where they had to eat each other's butt meat or whatever?" And it's like, oh my gosh, dude, you're right when I was thinking your movie feels like Alive, he makes an Alive reference. It's great. Anyway, highly recommend it. Dermot McRolney all up in this. I thought of Nicole the entire time.
How do we really say his name?
You say his name's Dermot, like Dermot, and his last name is Mulroney.
Mulroney. No C in that last name.
McRolney.
It'll always be McRolney. It's just
make sure you order the McRolney, but get it with sauce on the side.
Yeah, and I almost watched Don Cheeto in that.
McRoley with cheese.
Yeah, I almost watched a Don Cheeto movie instead, so that would have been funny too. But anyway, it is great. The Gray, 2011's The Gray, now on Tubi. These will all be up on quicktms.li is what I meant to say.
I can see why you made that mistake. Already up there for people. So click those links and watch the things that we told you to watch.
We forgot to say what the documentary was.
Your
called.
movie was,
Oh yeah,
Will and Harper.
Will and Harper. Didn't you say it? I thought you did say it earlier.
I think we did.
Oh, I said Will and I said Harper.
She said all those names individually, and she did say "and" several times.
Sure, sure. That's great. These are all good ones today. Go check them out. Thank you both for hanging with us. Always nice to have you here. Hope you're having a good early October, and stay out of trouble.
Get here.
Yeah, it's soup and sweaters. Randy, go get a sweater soup. All right.
Go gaze longingly at your cardigan.
Do it now. If you don't do it now, when will you? All right, that's it for today's program. We're going to get out of here. Before we do, frogpants.com/TMS is your source for all things this show. You can find it all, so check it out and head on over there today. That's frogpants.com/TMS. Brian, you have a song you want to play at the end of the show here?
I do, and this was a request that came in yesterday because I prompted this person to give me a request because she didn't get one in for via the normal ways. I said, hey, give me a request for your birthday. This is Molly Fenton. M Fenton 2024 currently in Discord. She said, this is a resend for my birthday since I don't think the first one came through. No, it didn't. I looked again and they still didn't find it. For my birthday dedication, can you play a cover of Talk Talk, except for that No Doubt cover of It's My Life? This year is my 40th anniversary of being a fan of theirs. Thank you.
Oh.
Well, sure.
I like
if
that.
you want to give Molly Fenton a happy birthday deal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We can do that. Molly, because you're of a certain age like us, you get one of these.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. So yeah, the band Talk Talk. Originally, they were a band called. What was the name of their first band? The Reaction.
Oh, I was hoping it was Listen or something else like that.
All right, or just plain Talk.
Yeah,
like just Talk.
Yeah,
and then they called them Talk Talk. So their first, there was a band called The Reaction, and their first song was called Talk Talk, as The Reaction. So their cover, they do cover their own song, Talk Talk, as the band Talk Talk. When they changed their name, I guess because they liked that song so much, they said, let's just call the band that, and they did, and there you go, and that's history. Nice. How about a cover of that very song right there? Originally by The Reaction / Talk Talk. Here's Talk Talk by Running the Risk.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Yes. Get more at frogpants.com.
Aliens.
Aliens.
Aliens.